I don't know what time it is where you are, but where I am, it's almost midnight. I should be getting ready for bed, but I'm not sleepy yet. You might say I took a good nap today. Also, I'm putting my hearing aid on. I'm always forgetting to use my hearing aid when I'm talking to you. I feel like I don't have to talk as loud. I don't know if that makes any difference or not. Had no special reason for coming on tonight. I've had really good response for my transcription disc. That's one that's a tongue tangler if you start trying to say it fast. And I'm glad some of you recognize what the transcription discs are. And I'd just give anything if somebody had a big turntable where they could play some of these discs. I'm hoping Jan will keep a few of them because one of these days we might run across a turntable that will hold the 16-inch disc. Now today the sun was shining on my, it's such a difference in your attitude when you can look out and see the bright sunshine. And you know, my credenza is under my window. Now my window's big and long. And so my credenza fits all the way across. And wouldn't you know, I didn't have any place to put all of my Fostoria, so I put my punch bowl there and a lot of my glasses, and I've got 3 big tall vases, and I lined them all up on the credenza for the time being. So when I sit down here in the morning and I start working on my iPad, I'm facing the window. I'm telling you folks, when the sun's shining, it hits that Fostoria glass. It's so bright, so colorful, I can't see what I'm doing. I'm sitting like this, trying to see my iPad because the Fostoria just glistens so bright. It really makes it very pretty. Now I went by the antique shop today. Now I don't go as often as it sounds like I do, but Jan works 2 days a week, and I try to get there one of the days. Sometimes it's I get there every 2 weeks. When I finished, I wanted to go get fish and chips and fish and French fries and coleslaw at a small restaurant. It's a bar and grill down the road. And I told her, I said, I want the fish, but I don't want to have to eat it. She said, what in the world is that supposed to mean? I said, well, I really don't need it. I just want it. Because I don't eat it very often, and they have very good fish. She said, go get it anyway. Okay, I will. So I left the shop, and I started down the way, and I forgot to keep going. And I made my left turn. I said, oh, I'm going to miss the fish shop. So I kept on going. I said, good. I don't need fish today anyway. I'll just go on to the grocery, get my Dr. Peppers, which is the main thing I go for. And I needed grapes for my chicken salad. I was going to do something a little special, which will come later. And so I went on to the grocery. Went to Kroger. pretty busy in the store. I finished up my shopping, didn't buy too much. You don't have to buy very much to make it amount up. So I go out to the parking lot, and I reach my car, and I'm trying to open the trunk of the car, and a young lady in the car next to me had just put her groceries in the trunk of her car, and she says, "Oh, let me help you. Let me put your groceries in your car for you." I said, "Oh, no, no, no. I don't need help. I can do it just fine." And she says, "Well, isn't there something I can do?" And I said, "I tell you what, this is what you can do for me. Do you ever watch YouTube?" She said, "Sometimes." I said, "Well, I want you, when you get home, I want you to go on YouTube, and I want you to look for the channel. It's my channel." "Oh, you're on YouTube?" I said, "Yes, I tell stories. So I want you to look me up," and I gave her the information. She said, "Well, I'll do it right now." She pulled out her little iPhone and has it in her hand, and I tell her the information. She goes to clicking and clicking and clicking, and she brings it up, and she says, "Oh, that's you." I said, "Yeah, that's me." And so I explained to her that I had the YouTube channel and that I told stories, and she says, "Oh my gosh, I'll do that as soon as I get home." I said, "Well, let me just add something else to that. Will you go on Etsy?" "Oh, sure." She finds Etsy. And I said, "And go search for Chit Chat Granny Pat." "Okay." She stands there and she clicks on it. I said, "Now, the items you're looking at on Etsy are items that I'm selling." Well, she got kind of excited about that because she saw the t-shirts and the sweatshirts and the mug. The mugs are cute. You know, you can get them in different colors. And well, she was just real tickled when I told her that I had that. She just couldn't believe it. And I said, "You go home when you don't have anything to do. Sit down and scroll through some of my information." And, well, she thanked me. And so she got in her car, and I finished putting my groceries in the trunk of my car. And a young man steps up, and he says, "Let me help you." I said, "I'm fine." He says, "Well, can I take your cart for you so I wouldn't have to push it all the way back to the store?" And I said, "Sure, yes, you can take my cart for me." And he did. And I said, "Everybody's being so nice today." And he said, "The sun is shining." And I looked at him and I said, "You're right. It does make a difference, doesn't it?" So I left feeling very good, very good. And of course, when I got back to where I live, the young doorman came out. I just love my doorman. He's got the most beautiful smile, and so he's so nice to me. I know he's nice to everybody, but I think sometimes it's my reaction that make a difference in how they treat you. And I try to be nice to him too, and I joke with him a little bit. So anyway, I came back. Now, I set my iPad on my little work table, and I knew I had to do a little reviewing and catching up. But what I want to talk to you now is something special. Ben, I hope you're watching me. I don't have on red, but I want to tell my viewers about you. I hope you won't object. I've been thinking about you all day today, last night. Now, folks, about, several weeks ago, long before Christmas, people were sending me cards and little gifts and things, and I received a book in the mail from someone in Virginia, and it was a book on the town where he lived, and I thought, well, this must be a pretty nice place that he wants me to have a book written about the town. And I flipped through the book and looked at the pictures, and I saw, oh my gosh, they have beautiful Victorian historic homes. This looked like a place I would like to visit. So I put the book aside, and I really haven't had a chance to sit down and look and read the book. So yesterday, I got an envelope in the mail, and I recognized the name. It was from Ben. Now, I just assumed, because I didn't know anything about him, that someone would send a book about their town, probably an older man, very proud of where he lives, and want to introduce me to the place. Well, in this case, it's not an older man. It's a young man. And Ben wrote to tell me, and I'm just going to read a little bit of what he said, and be prepared. He says, thank you so much for all the wonderful videos you post. I love your stories and your cooking. And then he goes on to say, on January 2nd, I was diagnosed with cancer. I'm only 39 years old. Cancer has no age. I want you to know how much you have helped me cope during this time. I've been going through depression since my diagnosis. Now, folks, you know how that can affect you. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. All I can tell you is I've never had any serious illnesses of my own, but I'm from a big family. And I can tell you about cancer. My parents both had cancer. 4 sisters had cancer. No, 6 sisters had cancer. A brother. And out of all of those, I'm the only one that has not had cancer. So I am familiar with cancer. I'm familiar with the medical treatment, the pain, all that connected with cancer. And I can understand, Ben, your depression. Most likely, if it was me, I'd probably be worse. I'd be a bad patient. But I want you to know that you'll be in my prayers every day. I'm hoping that you can get treatment, that you can find counselors, support groups. You need a support group. People who share the same problems you have. People who can advise you. I can't advise you on what to do, but I can tell you that I will be remembering you and will be praying for you. And the thing I want from my viewers is this young 39-year-old man is going to go through a hard time. I'm hoping between the medical staff and the Lord, they can pull him through the cancer. And I'm asking all of you to pray for Ben. That's the most I can do for you. And keep in touch. Let me know what's going on. I want to hear about it. And if I hear of anything I think that will be helpful, I'll tell you. So don't hesitate to contact me if you need to talk to me. Thank you all for watching this, and thank you, Ben, for your note. I'm pleased that you wanted me to know your condition, and I will continue to keep you in my prayers. So, I'm going to have another story for you in a day or two. Just keep watching for me, and I'll keep listening to you. Thank you.